On this beautiful day for holiday, Yom Kippur. And we all dressed in my all whites. You know, that's how we doing it. Yom Kippur, family. Shalom. Shalom, family. What's up? This is Big J, the Travel G. It's out here reporting live from Ghana, West Africa. Saying what's up to everybody. Sending my love. You know. Hope everybody being blessed. Staying safe. Staying out the way. You know, there was some news that just recently came out about Brother Akon, who's out there in, he's from Senegal, and he spoke on African women being submissive. And I think a lot of people have a problem, particularly in the West, have a problem with a woman being submissive. And I think that's a big misnomer to have a problem with something like that, because whether you know it or not, you know, it's really a feminine quality, okay? Feminine quality, of course, to a masculine man is very attractive. You see? What has happened is our people have bought into the idea with this feminism that a woman is supposed to be masculine. And that's what's been destroying us. Because in a relationship situation, you have to have a balance. You have male, you have female. You have masculine, you have feminine. Those are the two opposites, the two opposites that attract. So, if you ask any real man, you know what I mean, what he would prefer, he would definitely prefer a woman who's feminine. And I guess we could say the word submissive, but don't take submissive like it's a bad thing. My wife, my late wife, who was Ghanaian, was submissive, but she wasn't a pushover by no means. Submissive in the sense that, you know, since she married me, she understood my role as her man, as her husband. And then I also gave her the same respect as a woman. But one good quality I know that particularly African women had and my wife had is that they don't get into this back and forth bickering, particularly in public. Whatever issues we have or had, any fights or whatever, is usually done behind closed doors. And that's where we would do whatever fight. We iron out everything so that when we come into the public, all the negative stuff between us is all ironed out and it's not in public view. You see, this whole shit about women being masculine and trying to force that nonsense here in Africa is not, you know, it's not really gonna fly. I mean, I've noticed quite a few changes that, you know, a lot of Western people are coming here. But when we look at the center of African culture and what has kept our people together here, and even in the States, when our people were together in our marriages and things like that, our women, for the lack of a better word, were submissive. But submissive shouldn't be confused with being a pushover or somebody that you can just treat like a doormat, put your feet all on her, treat them like shit. No. That's just like taking a person's kindness for weakness. Any real person or real cat understand that. You know, let's just take it to the street. Some of the coldest gangsters, man, will give you everything. You know what I mean? They'll fix your ass a plate. You know what I mean? Give you the shirt off their back. But if you cross them, you fucked up. So that's the thing I'm saying. Like I said, my wife is in no way, shape, or form a pushover, but she did have submissive qualities, and that's also what attracted me to her, and that's what attracts, you know, particularly men here to their women. Now me, I've been all over the world, not just here in Africa, not just here in Ghana, been in Nigeria, Tanzania, you know, Djibouti, Seychelles Island, quite a few places here in Africa, and even other places in Asia. Been to Thailand. That's one of my favorite places. Women are very submissive, at least how somebody in the West would perceive them. And when I say submissive, more or less just doing if their husband say, hey, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this. He's the head, and it's already understood. Okay. Typically outside of America, there is no confusion. There is no battle between genders. Okay. Men have their role, women have their role, and nobody's competing with each other. The reason why relationships are not working, and a lot of brothers are skipping town, going to other places in the world, coming to Africa, because there's something that they're seeking that they're not getting in the States. Now, we can say, that nigga can't, blah, blah, blah. It's just because he can't get a woman. You know, no, well, some cats can get a woman. I mean, it's not always like that, but I think a man's nature is to really have a woman that is pretty much, hell, let's just keep it a buck. It's submissive to him. And not the opposite. Not challenging him on every aspect of life. You know, that gets tiresome. And to be honest with you, you don't see that here. Not in that, and not like the way you would see it in America. America is damn near like a brother damn near can't say shit. You know, he can't say nothing to a woman sometimes, you know, without it always being an argument. And that's not good. Do you blame the man or do you blame the woman? Well, you can blame the man in some instances, because as a man, you have to know what you want and choose what you want. If you see things ain't going your way, be intelligent enough to move to the next level and maybe take it somewhere else, maybe know when to shut it down. You know, if you're a real man, you won't accept nothing less than what you desire. So in that sense, yeah, that you blame the man for things like that. I mean, I'm not here to come and bash nobody. I don't bash men. I ain't bashing men or women. But what I will hold a man more accountable for not getting what he's supposed to get. So if you got every option in the world, you're able to travel the world, and you can get you a passport, you can go anywhere in the world and get women, and get you a woman that caters to you and give you the things that you want or you feel you want or need as a man, but you choose to stay somewhere where you're not getting fulfilled, then yeah, I have to blame you for that. Because you're not stepping up as a man. You're not taking your destiny into your own hands. And so as a result, you are failing. Because as a man, we have to take our destiny into our own hands. Like I said, I can't really blame the woman. The woman gonna do what the woman gonna do, really. You know what I mean? But it's up to a man to step out there and make things work in his favor. You know, there's this video that's circulating. It's an OG. I guess he a pimp. But one thing he's saying, they asked him, like, what have you learned? You know what I mean? And he said, you know what I've learned? Get the woman that's into you, not the one you into. And he has a great point. Because the woman that you're into, but she's not into you, you'll be accepting all type of nonsense from. Whereas if you get a woman that's really into you, and a woman that's really into you, you're really not going to have much problem out of it. You won't even have a problem with her being submitting to your will, because that's what she understands that she has to do as a woman. And there won't be all these battles going back and forth. The only reason why she's battling you to such a degree is because she's not into you. And it's not in her culture to submit to you. But when you come here, that is the culture. So you should have that understanding. I see brothers stepping out there, going to other places to find what they're looking for. I can't knock that, because he's doing what he needs to do as a man. He's doing what makes him, what empowers him. Okay? And nobody can say nothing about that. What can we say? Oh, you weak for doing that? No, you weak if you accept, if you accept something less than what you're supposed to be getting. That's what makes you weak. But if you're willing to take your destiny into your hands, and it means you got to roll out, and shit, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, that's your life. You want the most out of your life. Okay, that's just like a person getting a job. You got people who get jobs overseas. You know what I'm saying? They can't find what they're looking for in the States, so they got to go. Start teaching in China. Whatever it is, they got to do it. And you can't knock that hustle. It's a part of the game. And that's just how this other thing is going too. So, y'all think about that kind of stuff. Think about it. As a man, there's certain things a man has to do. There's a certain thing a man needs to make his life fulfilled. When you get married, that woman wants your last name. You giving your last name. You giving your energy and resources to her. Okay, she's also contributing. Can't knock her thing. But as a man, we're speaking as men. As a man, there's certain things a man requires, certain things you have to do. And I don't care if you got to go to the other, if you got to go under the earth to get what you come to get in life, get out of life, you have to do it. And don't let nothing stop you. Okay? That's just what it is. Some men like masculine women, so shit, I ain't knocking that hustle either, if that's what you're into. But for a man who like women, who are feminine, this is a pretty good place for that. It's evaporating, but it still exists. So with that, I'm out, y'all. Stay up, stay blessed. Shalom.
Hey, I'm back again. Look, fellas, I cannot stress this enough. This is the yohimbe. The yohimbe bark. It comes from a tree bark, the yohimbe tree. And this is good for, I guess you know what it's good for. Fellas, this is the truth, okay? You don't need a lot of it, because it does have a tendency to raise your heart rate. But if you drink it with your tea in the mornings or things like that, trust me, you cannot go wrong with this. It's yohimbe, all right? If you want this, you want to be the man, you say you're the man, this is the African Viagra right here. And let me know what you think. Give me a holler.